There are places where history was written, yet hardly anyone knows them. One of these places is in the heart of Europe, in Reims. It is, of course, not the famous Gothic cathedral, but a hidden place, which for one night 80 years ago became the center of the world. A school, just an ordinary school. It is right here on Rue Franklin Roosevelt that in the late afternoon of May 6, 1945, an American army vehicle pulls up from which two German officers get out, who are immediately escorted into the school building. Colonel General Alfred Jodl and his adjutant Major Wilhelm Oxenius. Nobody knows, certainly not the students of this school itself, that in May 1945 the Allied High Command resides here, and that from the map room of this school, General Eisenhower is in charge of the fortunes of the Western Allies. Of all the secret places in Europe, this was the most secret, a witness to that night later writes. The Germans had come to negotiate a partial surrender on the Western Front only. They wanted to continue fighting against the Soviet army on the Eastern Front, but Eisenhower insisted on a total surrender. Finally, late in the night, at dawn on May 7th, 1945, at 2:41 a.m. exactly, the unconditional surrender of Hitler Germany is signed. It only comes into force the next day on May 8th. At the request of the Soviets, the document is signed once more in Berlin. With this, the darkest period in the history of Europe comes to an end. 12 years of terror, 6 years of war, the Holocaust, the worst crimes the world has ever known, end here, in a school in Reims. As the headquarters are closed, the commander-in-chief returns the keys to the mayor of Reims and says, "These are the keys to the freedom of the world." I was very touched by the sight of these keys, even though now they're just keys in a small museum in a school, and the doors they opened are no longer there. From my childhood onwards, I have lived 80 years in peace. A peace the night in this school brought us all. Today, in its 4th year, there is war in Europe again. It is also a war against Europe. 80 years after the liberation of our continent, we Europeans are realizing again that peace cannot be taken for granted. It is now up to us to take the keys to freedom into our own hands.